All right, because man, we're finna go ahead and talk about our breathing control now, okay? Now, what I want you to do, I want you to get into a good isosceles stance, get the SRT training pistol, the laser pistol, get into a good isosceles stance for me, cuz. All right? I want you to punch out for me. Good. All right, now, remember your sexy thumbs? There you go. All right, now, there we are. Now, I want you to keep both eyes open. And only thing I want you to do is look at your front sight. All right, keep both eyes open. Look at your front sight. I want you to take a deep breath. Inhale. Now exhale. Take another deep breath. Now exhale. Take one more deep breath. Now exhale. What is your front sight doing?
Moving up and down.
Moving up and down. Relax. Breathing control. Okay? Breathing control is so important because your breathing affects your sight picture, your sight alignment, and where that round goes when you pull the trigger. So what am I saying to you? Right before you pull the trigger, you need to practice on holding your breath, all right, momentarily before you pull that trigger, okay? Sometime when we are engaged in something, okay, we're moving, we're jumping, we're doing all these things to exert energy, okay? You feel what I'm saying? So when we get to our lining up our target, we like, because we've been fighting, we've been wrestling, we've been doing whatever. So we just trying to get it. So you got to train yourself to wherever you are in your breathing pattern, all right, to pause, take those breaths again, right before you pull that trigger, stop breathing and lock that sight in, and then pull that trigger. Okay? You feel what I'm saying? Now, there's a natural respiratory pause in your breathing. That pause comes in between you exhaling and inhaling. You don't even have to think about it. It happens naturally. Right. Just breathing, when you inhale, when you exhale, you pause momentarily and start back, and you inhale again. Right. That's called the natural respiratory pause, okay? Now, for training purposes, it will be good for you to take your shot on your natural respiratory pause. Okay? Breathe, exhale, breathe, exhale, hold, squeeze the trigger. Start back breathing again. All right? I want to show you the routine on how we're going to do it at the range. All right? But we're going to get there. So, but let's continue on. Let's talk about trigger control. All right? Trigger control is very important. All right? This is what I want you to do. I'm going to show you something. Okay? Come back on this side over here. Line your sights up with the gray square. Okay. All right, go ahead, line your sights, whichever stance you comfortable in. All right. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to put as much finger inside that trigger guard as you possibly can. Put more in there. Yeah, as much finger as you can inside that trigger guard. Okay. All right, there's a lot of fingers inside that trigger guard, right? Okay, keep it right there for me. Now what I want you to do is pull that trigger and release it when I tell you to, okay? And see where that laser goes. All right, on 3, you're going to pull the trigger and release it. All right, see where the laser goes. You ready? 1, 2, 3. What did that laser do? On the side. It went on which side? The right side. The right side. Uh-huh. No, it's the right side. Okay. Yeah, right side. Went on the right side, right? That laser pulled to the right. Correct? Understand this in trigger control. If you put too much finger inside that trigger guard, you're going to naturally pull your weapon to the right when you pull the trigger. Wow. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Now, let's do another exercise. This time, I want you to just barely put your finger on the trigger. Okay. Just barely put it on it. Just barely. Now, take some more off. Just barely, yeah, like that right there. All right? Barely put it on it, right? Now, that finger just barely on that trigger, right? Right? Now, aim at the same square. Okay. On 3, you're going to do the same thing. Pull the trigger, come off of it, and let's see where this laser goes. You ready? 1, 2, 3. What did it do first?
Below it.
No, what it first did when you first pulled it. Because did you see what it just did? It just didn't hit it. It pushes where?
To the left.
To the left. You got to see where the light first come in. It's a laser, so as you hold it down, you see the beam and you make adjustments. But if you just push it and come off of it, you'll see it go to the left first. You feel what I'm saying? All right. When you don't put enough finger on the trigger, it pushes the weapon to the left. All right. Too much finger pulls it to the right. Not enough finger pushes it to the left. So you got to find that sweet medium spot, that little fatty part, the tip of your finger, all right, and put that on the trigger. Try that. Are you learning something? Mm-hmm. All right. Just a little meaty part of that trigger. Let me see what you got here. Good. Oh, yeah, they look good. They look good. They look good. All right. Now I want you to pull this trigger straight back on 3. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. You see where it first hit then? Dead on. Dead on. All right. You with me? Mm-hmm. Trigger control is very important. Understanding those disciplines. And I'm going to tell you something else. You have to understand that all of these things have to work together simultaneously in order for you to be an expert shot. You cannot leave out one element of these fundamentals because that's going to affect your shot. Okay. That makes sense? All right, man. Let's keep it pushing, bro. We're doing good, man. We're doing real good. So, let's talk about next. That's just a slide that just shows you exactly what I just explained. Right, exactly. Okay? That's all. And it tells you right there, too. Okay? That's what that slide is saying. Exact same thing I just said to you. Okay? All right, now, here we go. Our follow-through. Follow-through is very important. All right, that's you staying on target. Now, my SRT training pistols do not have a recoil, all right? But your firearm does, all right? So we're going to talk about how do we stay on target with our follow-through, all right? So what I want you to do now, I want you to get into a good stance, whichever one you want to, okay? All right, you're going to go for the Weaver stance. All right, go ahead and line up your target.
Which one?
Whichever one you choose. I see where the laser going. All right, I want to be surprised. Now, this is what I want you to do. With your dominant arm, you're going to push out. Push out. Now watch this. With your non-dominant arm, what do you think you're going to do? Pull it. Boy, my big cuz on point. You're going to pull in. What does that do?
Make it go to the left.
No. What it does, if this arm right here is pushing and this arm is pulling, what is it doing to the weapon?
Making it firm.
Making it firm. Stabilizing the weapon. Okay. That's what it's doing. Okay. All right? When you don't want to put a death grip on it to where you start shaking, okay, but you want to hold it tight enough to where it's standing still. Okay? You with me? So punch out. Now, this time when you pull that trigger, I want you to pull that trigger straight back, keep your wrists locked in, keep your arms in tight position, and control the follow through. Double tap it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Again. Look at that. Again. Exactly. Exactly. Relax. That's your follow through. Okay. All right. Keeping your non-dominant hand, pulling it in, your dominant hand, pushing it out, stabilizing the weapon, pulling that trigger straight back, locking that wrist in, double tapping straight back. Pop out. Pop out. Pop out. You feel what I'm saying? That's good. That's real good. All right. That's your follow through. We just went through all of the fundamentals of marksmanship. You did excellent.